The Chevrolet Camaro Z28 is like a super fast version of the regular Camaro that's allowed on the streets. It was first thought up back in 1966 to race in a series called Trans Am by a group called the Sports Car Club of America. Over the years, the Z28 label went from being a special performance package to a really famous track car. Now, it seems like Chevrolet hasn't been paying much attention to the Z28 Camaro and has been focusing more on the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. But some die-hard fans really want Chevy to make a new Z28 Camaro for the 6th generation. They say it's a must. The regular Camaro with a gasoline engine is going away in 2024, and it looks like Chevy might give us the 2025 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 as a big farewell present. The last time Chevy made a Z28 was way back in 2014. It wasn't the fastest Camaro in a straight line, but it was super focused on tearing up the track, and it was the lightest Camaro at the time. If they decide to make a new Z28, we're expecting it to stick to that same philosophy, and what we've heard so far is making us pretty excited. Now, the previous generation Z28 didn't go all crazy with things like giant wings or fancy aero stuff. It basically took all the good stuff from the 2014 Camaro, but kept its looks pretty similar to the 2012 Camaro ZL1. They made some slight changes, like making the wheel arches a bit wider to fit those beefy tires, getting rid of the fog lights, and slapping on a slightly bigger spoiler. But this new Z28 might borrow some style tips from the 6th generation, which got a little makeover in 2019. Imagine combining that fresh headlight and taillight design with the aero magic and wider body of the ZL1 LA. That could mean things like a beefier front splitter, some fancy front dive planes or canards, a lighter carbon hood, snazzy new lightweight wheels, saying goodbye to the fog lights, and hey, maybe even a big rear wing. Plus, they might make it lighter overall with more of those lightweight bits. All this would give the Z28 a mean and aerodynamic look that's just perfect for tearing up the track. With scoops, air channels, and downforce gadgets on a lighter Camaro, it should be even faster when it's out there racing around the circuit. And talking about racing, the old Z28 was quite a track beast and could hold its own against some top-notch performance cars of its time. It had some fierce competitors back then, including Alfa Romeo 4CE, the BMW UM4, the Jaguar F-Type ER Coupe, the Nissan GT-R Nismo, the Porsche 911 Turbo, and also the Subaru STI. Now, the upcoming Camaro Z28 is expected to keep up this tradition and get its power from the raw LT6 V8 engine found in the 2023 Chevy C8 Corvette Z06. Just like the previous model, the 2025 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 will come with a suspension built for racing, performance tires, and hefty brakes. Specifically, we're looking forward to seeing spool valve dampers for Multimatic and carbon ceramic brakes from Brembo. While the old model lets you choose whether to have air conditioning and a radio, the 2025 version will come standard with those comforts. But don't worry, it's still going to be light, incredibly fast, and stick to the track like glue. The 6th Gen Camaro has already earned a lot of praise for its fantastic handling, just like the old Z28 did. If they make a new Z28, it will basically take the best parts of the current Camaro lineup, throw in that 1LA handling package, and use the finely tuned Alpha chassis. That would make it a true track weapon. As for competition, it would go head-to-head with newer versions of its previous rivals, including the Porsche 992 G3, Huracan STO Dodge Challengers, Ford Mustang Dark Horse, and Porsche GT4 RS. It's going to be an exciting battle on the track. Focus on being lightweight. The previous generation Camaro really put a big emphasis on shedding weight, and they went to great lengths to make it as light as possible. This approach put them in the same league as manufacturers like Porsche when it came to weight savings. You see, the traditional American muscle car recipe is to just throw in more power, but the Z28 didn't stop there. It aimed to handle like a champ too. They achieved some of those weight savings by using a lighter battery, deleting the radio, installing Recaro racing seats, using thinner rear glass, cutting back on sound deadening, equipping it with new 19-inch lightweight wheels. For the new Z28, they might ditch some of these comfort features, but probably not to the same extreme as the old car. The current ZL1 LA is already 60 pounds lighter than the regular's loan, so we can expect the Z28 to be even lighter than that. And when it comes to the mechanical bits, we're likely to see some similar components used, keeping that high-performance tradition alive. There's quite a buzz about the possibility of the Z28 getting the 5.5-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine from the C8 Z06, and that would indeed be a powerhouse to fit into a car like the Camaro. This idea makes sense, especially because track-focused Camaros have shared parts with their Corvette counterparts in the past. Now, the previous Z28 had a massive 7.0-liter naturally aspirated V8 that pumped out 505 horsepower and 481 pound-feet of torque. The most potent engine in the Camaro lineup is the 6.2-liter supercharged V8 with a whopping 650 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. But it looks like instead of this monster, the Z28 might inherit the C8 Z06's engine. Here's the catch. The C8 comes exclusively with a dual-clutch transmission, while the previous Z28 only came with a manual. So, if the Camaro gets this engine, it might not come with a manual transmission and could have slightly less power than the C8 Z06. However, we can still expect it to come with some fantastic features like manually adjustable Multimatic spool valve shocks, carbon ceramic brakes, and wide Goodyear Eagle F1 supercar tires. When you combine all of these elements with the lightweight components and mechanical setup, you've got a car that's going to be an absolute beast on the track. It's shaping up to be an exciting addition to the Camaro family. For the release date, it's true that while the bigger Corvette brothers' arrival has been confirmed, the Z28 for the Camaro remains in the realm of rumors for now. There's not a lot of information out there, and no test cars have been spotted anywhere, which suggests that it might take some time for us to see one if it ever becomes a reality. However, it does seem like a logical choice to create one as a farewell to the Camaro before moving on to electrification plans. While we don't have a specific timeline, we're anticipating a new Camaro to come around in the latter part of 2024. As for the price of a News 28, it could be in the ballpark of $80,000, and there might be a limited run of around 1,000 units, or perhaps they'll produce as many as there's demand for. We're certainly hoping they bring this car to life and make it the ultimate Camaro of this generation. That's all the tantalizing information we could gather about the potential return of the Chevrolet Camaro Z28. It's still a rumor, but boy, does it have us revved up with anticipation? I mean, what better iteration to bid farewell to the iconic fuel-sipping muscle car than the stripped-down Z28 track weapon? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. You better make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any exciting updates from our channel. Thank you for watching and supporting our channel. See you in the next one.